Hey everyone, welcome back to Bo Beanie Creates. My name is Jeannie and I'm working in Hocus Pocus. I started a piece last night just for fun while I was actually watching the movie. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to bring you guys along while I play with it a little bit. So what I did is I based it with some Crayola super tips, and it's so you can see because it's the water-based markers, it's pretty streaky. So what I wanted to do is I wanted just to go over this with a layer of pencil and smooth it out and shade it and that type of thing. And then what I did here, I wanted to see if I like the looks of this, and I do, but you might be able to tell that's a metallic paint. So I just barely started that just to kind of experiment. And I was using the Folk Art Metallic, and this particular color is Antique Copper, which I thought might be good for fall in this little spooky picture. So let's get started. And really my mission right now is just to kind of smooth out a little bit and see what we can do. So, and I know these are not his original colors in the movie, but I'm really not worrying about that because I was pretty sure I wanted to do this darker background. I purposely made his hair and his little outfit, lighter. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna try Nectar on here. See how that goes, just to kind of smooth out, get rid of those little white bits in there. And oh, I might want to show this to you real quick as well. I sometimes have people ask me if the Crayola super tips go through, and I really don't have a problem with them, but I will say that I don't scrub. I don't make a big project out of, going up like going over and over and over. I try to be pretty sparse with it so that it doesn't go through on the other side. So that could have something to do with it. Let's see, what do we think about that? I think that's probably a decent start anyway. So yeah, this one I had been dying to watch Hocus Pocus, and I realized I was kind of early in the spooky season here to be watching it maybe, but really honestly Halloween or anything spooky is it's really kind of never too early for me, I might say. So um so I couldn't sleep last night, so I got out my goodies here to work on, and I thought how fun would that be to watch the movie and color. So that is what I did, and it was a spooky time. That's just such a cute movie. It's kind of corny and whatever, but it's a classic, isn't it? So yeah. So that's what I did. So I didn't love the second movie. Did you guys? The second Hocus Pocus, we watched it last year, and not my favorite. I quite honestly don't even really remember it at this point, which is kind of sad, but um it just didn't strike me. I actually watched it with my husband, and it was his idea, believe it or not. I was shocked, but he liked the original. So we watched it, and he said the same thing. It just didn't float his boat. So I don't know that I'll be watching that one again. But those actresses are just, oh my gosh, they're so good. Bette Midler, she's amazing. But they're all pretty funny and pretty great in that movie. So I was trying to decide, like in this book, I obviously didn't color him the original colors, but what I've been doing is I've been trying to kind of match the original costumes in, in the movie, from the movie. And that's what I've done so far, but I'm wondering if I'm going to get tired of that after a while. So I was curious if you're working in this book, or if you work in any other sort of, pop, movie related books or whatnot. Do you stick with the way they're portrayed in the movies, or do you make up your own color combinations and whatnot? So I would love to know the answer to that, because I feel like if I go off on a tangent and I color Winifred's dress a different color, or what are their names? Winifred, Sarah, and Mary. And actually, I think Mary might be my favorite. By the way, she's pretty funny. But yeah, I wonder if I'll feel guilty if I stray from the original costumes. I'm not really sure how I'll feel about that. So, you know, we shall see. I think I do want to color them in other colors, just because I feel like if you're going to have the same characters page after page, it might get a little tiring, and it might be kind of cool to see what other color combinations I can come up with for their dresses and whatnot. I mean, surely at some point these ladies in 300 plus years time frame change uh, outfits, you would think, right? I know, I'm trying to justify, but and maybe that's why for the most part I don't really enjoy coloring in books that are based on movies. Like I don't enjoy coloring in, like, for example, Harry Potter books, even though I love Harry Potter. Now it might be different if they were like, real cartoonish versions or something, that I maybe wouldn't bother me, but otherwise I've never been a fan of that. They're just not my favorite kinds of books to work in. I think my jam is more to come up with the color combinations that I like, and I don't know, sort of make it my own. So maybe that's my answer, right? All right, so that was Prismacolor Nectar, and I think let's reach in and get something a little bit darker. Let's do the henna. I'm just kind of curious what that would look like as a little shading. That's not bad. So have you guys accomplished much coloring this month? I wanted to remind you, if in case you've forgotten, I have a hashtag going on this month, and it's three of a kind, and it's the numeral three of a kind, SCP 2023. And basically, what it is it's coloring three pictures out of a book of your choice that you'd like to complete. So basically, it's just helping us get a little bit of progress towards our completed books. And so far, I have three completed in my World of Flowers. I thought about showing those to you, but I'm going to hold off and show those, at my monthly finished pages video. But I got three done there. As please, a single picture and then a double page spread. So I felt good about that. And then I have 2 pages completed in A Million Little Monsters. So I feel like that would be easy for me to complete a third page in that book this month, because that is another book that I would enjoy finishing. And I think it'd be, very, very doable in a fairly short amount of time. I mean, the book is small, and it is a blast to color in. I don't know how many of you guys are working in that, but it really is perfect for Halloween, and it's so cute. I mean, it's just so cute. But the way it's sort of illustrated, you could do it year round. It doesn't have to be Halloween. So it won't be for me, I'll be heavy into it this month and next. But oh yeah, I'm gonna work on that all year long because it's so darn cute. And there's lots of little bats and ghosts and witches and you know what have you. But there's lots of things that are not. So it doesn't have to be for Halloween. But man, it's a cute book. Well, hi guys. Sorry for the little interruption there. My sound cut out, and so I'm going to try to salvage the first part of the video. So hopefully you'll would have been able to watch that, and then I'll just try to pick up where I left off. And that was I had switched colors to the mahogany red just to kind of get a deeper shadow in some of these areas. So that's where we're at. So. And let's see here. I was asking what kind of things you have planned for Halloween, if you have any plans. I know it's a little bit early for that, but some of you guys probably have some traditions that you do, be it hay rides or picking apples or any of that, which we have all of that in my area as well. The one and only time I ever went in a corn maze, one of my sisters and I decided to take my son and his friends. They were in high school then, and it was just a nice little fall outing type of situation. But my sister and I said, let's go ahead and go through the corn maze. We had never done that before. So the boys breezed through it, no problem, and we're going through the maze, and then we're asking each other, like, does this look familiar? Or is it because everything looks familiar? Did we go this way? Like, I was feeling like, Hansel and Gretel, and we needed to be leaving breadcrumbs or something. I mean, we were struggling to get out of this darn corn maze. So, yeah, it took us forever. I think we were like, if not the last ones to leave, we were right up there. If not the last, we were amongst the last to get out of that corn maze. And we ended up being like a little bit spooked, not because it was spooky per se, but just because, like, how the heck are we ever going to get out of here? Like, I had no idea that those things could be that darn difficult to navigate. So it was fun, but it was creepy, and I guess that's the idea, right? So yeah, that was crazy. And we joked, like, afterwards, yeah, we thought we were gonna have to call 911 to get us out of there. I'm not far off. I'm telling you guys, it was it was so bad. It took us forever. And then we're like realizing that we're kind of racing against time because they're probably, ready to close up the little, whatever this place was, pumpkin patch. And so we're like running, we're holding hands, and we're running, through there, which was probably made matters worse. Oh my gosh, it was hysterical, but it wasn't hysterical at the time. So I think that might be my first and last corn maze, because that happened. Oh my gosh. And then the boys are like, what took you so long? Yeah, just zip it. Oh my goodness. But yeah, they have a cool, near my sister's place, they have a really cool, corn maze, pumpkin patch. They've got all the different little, like, trampoline, like the in-ground trampoline, little things. They have little mini trains. They have, I don't even know, it's been a while since I've been there, because I was scared to go back. But no, but really it's been a really popular place to go, and they haven't, this place has not been at it all that long, you know. Well, I say that, maybe like 10 years or so, I don't recall, but they've done a good job, you know. I imagine that wouldn't be an easy business to start. And how do they even begin to plant the corn maze? I know that they get sort of plans that they can purchase, like on, you know, how to plant it and whatnot, but I don't know. It would be interesting to look into, wouldn't it? That's probably more of a process than you think it is, you know. So so that, and let's see here. But I enjoy, this time of year is just so much fun, and I enjoy, you know, the spooky movies and all of that. But I watch spooky movies all year round. That's just me, you know. So anyway, okay, so for this here, you can see it's pretty streaky, which in a way is not too bad because I think it kind of gives it texture. Nevertheless, I do kind of want to smooth it out a little bit. Let me just let's try 70% cool gray and see if that's too dark. You know what? I think it's okay to kind of smooth that out a little bit. And so again, because I don't go over and over and over with the water-based marker, so it doesn't go through on the next side, I could probably get this smoother if I was doing that, but I want to be able to preserve the image, you know, on the other side, so I tend to go over it rather lightly, as I said, you know. And but you know, even though I'm kind of going over it again, it really does kind of speed up the process a bit by having a base layer, I think, you know. And it adds sort of a richness, I think. And I don't do it all the time, add the base layer, but it is something that I do enjoy doing on my pictures. More often, as you probably remember from past videos, I tend to use Tombows, but the Crayola Super Tips are pretty vibrant, and they're a good tool as well, so I like them. Oh my gosh, you can totally hear my pencil noise, can't you? Oh boy, kind of funny. So I ordered another pencil case. Well, because I needed one, but I tried really hard to do without yet another one, but I just couldn't. I mean, it's just such a pain to not have things where they need to be. And I was fighting last night with a pencil set, trying to find the darn colors, and you just need them in cases, you know. And what it was is they were the Crayola pencils, and I don't love those, so I never bothered to buy a pencil case for them. But I find myself not drawn to them because it's such a pain to try to find any given color. So I thought, you know, this is dumb. Just order the book and be done with it. And then of course I get to organize, which you know I love to do. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that'll be fun. That should be here tomorrow. I have another case just like it, but this one is a larger capacity, so I think that will be good. Alrighty. And then the other thing, I'll smooth this off. You can see the difference. I'll smooth this a little bit better, you know, off camera. The whole thing. I mean, obviously I've got a lot to do here, but I just wanted to kind of show you the way that I like to go over the Crayola Super Tips. You've seen me do that before, but you know, it was a chance for me to visit with you as well, which I always enjoy. So I think he's kind of cute, even with my new little color combo that I came up with for him. He's looking stylish, kind of, sort of. So anyway, like I said, I'll continue the smoothing off camera, but then I think, let me see the next. So that was 70% cool gray. So if we do the 90%, that I think would be a nice shade, don't you? Yeah, I like that, you know. I think that'll be good. So I'll continue in with that, and I'll smooth and I'll shade and I'll do all the things, and I think that'll be good. And then I'll continue the process with the painting of the background. I just didn't have it in me to do these individual trees. To me, they didn't really add a whole lot to the picture anyway. So I thought, you know what, let's just paint over it and be done with it. But I'm going to let you go here. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you guys have a rest of, excuse me, that the rest of your week is awesome. I'm about to cough here. I better go. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.